Hello and welcome to our Children's Chapel community of Epiphany Parish, Seattle. My name is the Reverend Ruth Ann Garcia, and I am so glad to be here with you today in this special time of preparation for the coming of Jesus on Christmas. And this week we are celebrating our third Sunday of Advent, the Gaudete Sunday. And as you may remember, we have talked about our Advent calendar. So for the last 2 weeks, we have had two of our purple or blue candles and have been centering our prayers perhaps on hope that first week, God's love coming into the world in our second week, and today we have a pink candle. And we talked a little bit about this the first week of Advent, that the pink candle we put on the third Sunday of Advent because it is the Sunday in which we celebrate and welcome with great joy the coming of the King. So Gaudete actually means rejoice, and it comes from our opening introit in today's service and from Paul's letter to the Philippians, and that goes, rejoice in the Lord always. So we are rejoicing and celebrating this wonderful third Sunday of Advent, halfway through Advent, because we've done 2 weeks, and then this is the beginning of the third week, and we realize we only have 1 week after this until we will celebrate Christmas. So on this third Sunday, here we go with our pink candle of Advent, we are again celebrating the coming of the Christ child into the world, and we again call this third Sunday Gaudete Sunday, and that has everything to do with rejoicing and waiting expectantly. So in a few moments we will hear our gospel story, and we'll hear that it is about joyful things. It is about looking forward to things, etc. And you might also hear in church, as we do during this season of Advent, this chorus from a hymn that we sing each week in the season of Advent. So you want to let me hear you sing it. I think we practiced it last year, and you probably remember it a little bit, but if not, just sing after me. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. So we hear rejoice, rejoice. Again, rejoice is Gaudete. And we're saying rejoice in the Lord always, right? But we're also in this particular song welcoming Emmanuel. And Emmanuel means God is with us. So that's what we're expectantly and joyfully rejoicing about, is that soon God is with us on Christmas Day. So let's try that one more time, all right? Everybody sing with me. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Great singing, everyone, and thank you so much for adding your voice to mine. You could hear my voice is a little gravelly because I got some allergies, so I'm very glad to be just a member of the choir today. So thank you again, and we can hear that song and listen for it in our services next week and this week as well, all right? So now's the time when we hear our gospel, and our gospel today comes from the Gospel of John. Remember, Mother Mary listened to Jesus. That's our mnemonic for Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So today we're hearing from John. All right? So then we take our thumb and our forefinger, we make the sign of the cross over our mind, over our lips, and over our heart, so we can take and listen to that message in all parts of our being, in our hearts, in the words that we say, and in our thoughts as well. So this is the holy gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ according to John. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He himself was not the light, but he came to testify to the light. And so all of the folks from Jerusalem came, the special folks who were the priests and the Levites who helped to let the other folks understand the scriptures. And they said, "Who are you?" And he said to them, "Well, I am not the Messiah, if that's what you think." And then they said, "Well, are you the great prophet Elijah?" And the great prophet Elijah was the one who they thought would be the forerunner to the coming of the Messiah. He said, "No, indeed, I am not Elijah either." And he said, "I came to testify to the light. I'm not the light, but I came to testify to the light." And so they said, "Well, how is it that you can testify to the light and baptize people if you're neither the Messiah or Elijah?" And he said, "I baptize with water. But there is one among you who comes after me, and I can't even imagine, I'm not even worthy to tie the thong of his sandal." So there is this great light coming into the world, and you need to watch and listen for that light. Sort of like we're doing in Advent right now, is watching and listening. And what John would probably say too, as we hear, is that this is good news. This coming of this great King into the world, the light that John is talking about, very much like our candles, right? When he talks about the light, he's talking about hope, right? He's talking about peace, and he's talking about a great new joy being born into the world. All right, friends, so now's the time that we have come to pray together on this Gaudete Sunday, on this Sunday in which we rejoice. And so I invite you to think for a moment, maybe close your eyes and put your hands together, and just think about many of the things you're rejoicing about. What are the things that you are feeling great joy about? Things that you're excited about? And we lift up a prayer of thanksgiving, giving thanks to God for all that we've been given, for all the many ways that you show us your light and you show us new life, and all the excitement you bring in this season and in all the seasons in which we hope for your revelation and your coming. Gracious God, we ask that you be with our Children's Chapel community as we continue in this holy time of expectant and excited waiting. Please be with us. Amen. All right, friends, I'm going to send you out and wish you peace as you go forward and into this day, into this week, into this, expectant time as we look forward to Christmas. So please spend your time today thinking about some more things you're excited about, or just feeling the joy of this season. And I send you off with all good wishes and great love and joy for today, all right? So let's wish each other God's peace to you, and then let's end with our song. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. One more time. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace, dear friends.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Craft Time. I'm Naomi, and today is the third Sunday in Advent, which is December 13th. I had to think about that, 13th. And we are going to be continuing with our Advent craft series. So if today is the first time you're joining us for over the last few weeks, then this will be a little new to you. But here is the project that we've been working on over the last few weeks. And we are creating our Advent log. So far we have created our Advent log. Then we added our prophet candle and then our Bethlehem candle. And now today we're going to be adding the shepherd candle. So if you thought we were going to be adding a third purple candle, I tricked you. Today's candle is actually going to be pink, and we're not going to glue it right next to the Bethlehem candle in order. We're going to leave a space there. So leave enough space for one candle to fit right in the middle. And today we're going to be making the shepherd candle. And the shepherds were the ones that were told about Jesus's birth. And actually they were the first ones to be told about Jesus's birth. And the reason why the candle is pink is because pink is often the color of joy or rejoicing. So this was really exciting news that the shepherds were the first ones to hear about Jesus's birth. And the shepherds were really not anyone special back in the day. A lot of people really didn't notice the shepherds. So it was really amazing that God chose to tell the news, the great amazing news, to the shepherds who were not really noticed and were kind of like the nobodies back then, okay? So let's make the shepherd candle. So you're gonna need a pink construction paper, or again, as I always say, and I'm sure you're tired of it, if you just have white pieces of paper, you can always color that pink with crayons or markers. And shepherd is another long word, so we'll go ahead and leave the spelling right here on the bottom so that you know how to spell shepherd. And let's go ahead and cut out our pink candle. And if any of you have joined me the last few weeks, you could already tell me what I'm going to say right now, that if you are cutting out the candle, just make sure you don't make it too big that you don't have room for the flame at the top, okay? So here is my shepherd candle. And like I said the last couple of weeks, if it's too hard to write up and down, go ahead and just write it straight across, and that works too. So let's write shepherd. Shepherd is S-H-E-P-H-E-R-D. So I rewrote shepherd, and then you're going to glue that. Remember, leave a small space right here for one candle to go there, and then just put your pink shepherd candle towards the other end of the log. And then let's go ahead and make the flame. I'm gonna stick with what I've already been doing. I'm gonna use a yellow flame, but as we talked about last week, you can always use red or orange or the tin foil if you'd like. So I'm gonna find my yellow construction paper, and I'm gonna cut another flame so we can light our third Advent candle. These weeks are just flying by, huh, everybody? Pretty soon it's gonna be Christmas. So let's add that flame. Again, oops, I just kind of cut it. It looks like a leaf. And I'm gonna add that to the top of my shepherd candle, which is our pink candle. And there you have it. We just need 2 more candles and our Advent log is complete. So you guys are probably getting a hang of this if you've been with me the last few weeks, and we just have 2 more to do. So I hope you can join us next Sunday for Advent 4, and we'll be finishing up this awesome craft. See you next time.